Hey folks, welcome back to Hot Tub Beer Review. Today we have a special treat for you. We're going to go visit our fun friends up at Goose Island out of Chicago, Illinois. We're going to have the Bourbon County brand 2023 Backyard Stout. Stick around.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. Appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers that notification bell. It costs you nothing. It is free to do, and we would appreciate it. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. Hi, Ben. What are we drinking today, gentlemen?
We're going to have the lovely Goose Island 2023 Backyard Stout. It is the Bourbon County brand that they do. So this is one of their variants that they offer. We've cellared and aged this one a little bit, a little over a year, maybe a year and a half now, I think we're up to. So excited to share this with you fellas.
Yep. Excited to have it.
I pulled mine out a little earlier to kind of let it warm.
Well, we had to wait on Andy so long. I think mine's going to be just fine.
Yeah, you're probably right.
So.
This is divine.
Smells delicious.
Good. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Gotta take a moment to reflect on this.
Savor that, yeah.
Well, now, isn't that special? And now that I've did the research and looked over my notes, I kind of understand the flavors that I'm experiencing now. So.
Well, enlighten us, please, sir. Because we haven't done the research.
I'll get to it. Just shut up. Yeah.
But I shared it with you already, man.
Yeah. Wait, y'all both have had this? Oh, okay. I was like, what?
We had to wait on you for so long. We were talking about it amongst ourselves before you got on the show.
Okay. I was about to
We talked about the flavor profile a little bit.
You're cheating on me. So the 2023 Bourbon County brand Backyard Stout. It is quite the stout at 12.9% ABV. Aged in bourbon barrels for a minimum of a year. And then this one particularly is finished and blended with mulberries, boysenberries, and marionberries. It uses Millennium hops. It has notes of the balance of fresh fruit, vanilla, and chocolate. I'm going to have to dive into that.
And like I said to Jay, I'm not sure what the former mayor of DC has to do with this.
Yes, Mr. Marionberry.
Yes.
He's a brewer at heart. Brewer first, politician second. Coke addict third. The Bourbon County brand stout was first brewed in 1992 as a celebration of their 1,000th batch of beer at Goose Island. They claim, as the label says on your picture there, Ben, that to be the world's first bourbon barrel aged beer or stout. I will note they specify bourbon because there's other forms of whiskey out there, even other liquors like sherry. You know, there's some beers that are aged in sherry casks, rum casks, but we're talking Europe. There's some that may have been aged in some either Irish whiskey or Scotch prior to this, but don't know that. I'll let them worry about who was first.
Yeah, because Innocent Gun might be one that I don't know when they started, but
Innocent Gun, I think it was 99. They were they seemed like one of those older ones, but when went back, I was like, no, this doesn't seem like it was quite them. I might be wrong. It's been a while since we've looked at that, but
they don't identify their bourbon barrels that they age them in, correct? They just say bourbon barrels. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't say which ones. And they do more than just bourbon barrels. They do some other types. They have some other variants. So Goose Island Brewing Company, Chicago, Illinois, is founded in 1988. Technically now it's a macro because it was acquired by Anheuser-Busch in 2011. But the original founder went through Europe, tasted the wonderful beer there, and he wanted good beer back in the States. So he was tired of all the macro wasteland that we had. We have reviewed two other full circle, I guess. We did the Bourbon County brand stout. Did we do the 2023 or the 2022?
23. We did the Bananas
23.
Fosters.
And we also did the Bananas Foster. Yeah. So this is our third of the Bourbon County brand.
We had another one that was the 2022, but there was a mishap between the purchasing.
Yeah. I have the original and y'all have the coffee, I believe.
I still have that. I forgot about that.
I still have mine
in a box somewhere in my. Did you drink yours already, Ben?
No, I've got it up on the shelf. That you can't see the actual beer, but it's on the shelf over here.
I would be happy to trade my coffee for your original, Ben.
Oh, come on, Ben. That's a. He's not a coffee guy.
It's all right. It's okay.
You don't mind coffee in your stouts. Come on, let me be.
Maybe. Well, I'll think about it.
All right. What else, Andy?
No, there's nothing else. There's no more I could possibly say.
You just want to enjoy. Oh yes, the nice.
There's the crown. I want to enjoy.
It is quite delicious.
Has anyone had this?
They're not. I mean, Jay got these for us, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
I need to.
So he should go last. Do not call on Jay. Ben, go first. What do you think?
I think that's fair. These are special, not cheap beers. So it's only fair to let Jay go last on these. So we had the Bananas Foster. It was a little too sweet. The original or the kind of the standard, I think was great. And I think this one falls in the middle as far as the sweetness profile. You definitely get the sweetness from the different, berries, if you will. I don't see any Marionberry Coke in there. But it's definitely, it's definitely when you look at the fact that it's a variant from the original, you're taking that, the Bourbon County original and then, adding that fruit to it. So it is just a touch sweeter than that original. I think that being said, it's still it's a really good beer. I think I'm going to prefer the original just because of the stout, and it's hard to beat that in my opinion, at least from what I've had so far, which is why I'm hesitant to trade the coffee to you, trade with you and give away an original.
Because you've had the original. You're like, it's
because
so
the original's really good. Yeah. Now the two variants have had are not as good, in my opinion. So that's really the only hesitation I have there. That being said, I think this is a really good beer. It's one I would have again. I like this one better than the Bananas Foster. And oddly enough, I was more excited about the Bananas Foster previous to having them. Um, but it's a great stout with just that touch of sweetness from the fruits there. I'm going to give this one an 8. I think it's a fun beer, and the only negative I think to these is just the cost of them. I know they're highly sought out, and they release different variants every year, along with the original.
And
Um,
they're bigger,
so
you know.
they are
It
bigger,
is a
yeah,
bigger beer. Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, this is probably what,
One
18,
pint,
19 bucks.
0.9.
Yeah, I
I
mean, you're
mean,
going to pay $15 to $25 depending on where you are. I think if you're lucky
It's
if you're going to find
aged.
this at 15.
It's
Most
yeah,
of them you're
aged
going to find
for a year, in bourbon barrels. So
yeah,
and
yeah.
and we've had it a year plus. So I mean,
Right.
they're like, I think this is what it said. It's cellarable. They say best or drink by October of 2028.
I
So I mean, it
Yep.
mean,
has a
and
5 year
the
period.
ingredients, boysenberries just don't grow on trees, Ben.
I get that. All I'm saying is, if I'm going to buy one of these, I'm
No,
probably
they
going to buy them
do.
regardless. I'm gonna buy them regardless, right? If I come
Yeah,
across these, which I never do, I'm going to buy them. But
it's
for
a
the
special
cost,
occasion beer.
it is. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shut up, Andy.
I,
Um,
I'll go
so
ahead. So if you're through, I'll let Andy
yeah,
kind of heckle me as well.
I'm
Uh,
not heckling. Ben deserves the heckling.
no, I think you hit the nail on the head, Ben. I mean, this when when they try to do variants off the original, don't try and perfect something that is so great, or take something that's so great and make it even better. This to me, just like you said, I was really excited about the Bananas Fosters, and it was a huge letdown in a lot of ways. I think I probably rated it a 7.5 or a 7. This one to me, I agree with you. It's a lot sweeter than the original. It's all that fruit, because it's you get that chocolatey goodness, but then you also have that fruit appeal in here somehow or another. Um, so yeah, for that reason, I agree. I'm right in line with you. It's an 8 for me. Um, the original still wins out in 2023 between the two variations that they did, and fortunately, we were able to grab all three and try them and see, because I think those are the only two variations that they did in 2023. So I look forward. Maybe we can grab 2024.
I think in looking for the picture for the show here, I think they did have another 2 or 3 variants in
Okay.
2023, because I saw one picture that had just a stack, and I'll
You're right.
I'll add it here, that they had maybe
You're
4 or 5.
you're right. I think they probably did. They had some that where they identified the specific bourbon barrels that they aged in. Then they had like a gingerbread, and then they had a biscotti version, but none of those made it down my way.
Yeah, that's a real shame, because I know I know we've seen Dan and Mike over at FLX. They'll head out on a certain day, and try to find all the variants for that year, because they have access to them where we do not. So,
Yeah,
but if you
and
haven't
up north,
checked them out,
closer to Chicago, I would presume that.
yeah, if you haven't checked out FLX Beer Reviews, put a link down below. Go check out Dan and Mike over there. They do a great job reviewing beer, and they have access to things that we do not normally. So check those guys out. We don't really
Some
even care
of
what Andy has to say, so we're just going to go ahead and
We're just going
move on.
straight
Yeah,
to conclusion.
yeah. So.
All right, Andy, what do you think?
It's going to sound like a broken record. I am completely on the same page as y'all. The original, the standard, the Bourbon County brand stout is the best, and that that just, I went in with some expectations for that one, and it just surpassed all expectations. So that's why I had high hopes for the Bananas Foster, and not having had, I can't remember having a true authentic Bananas Foster. So I didn't know what to expect. Sounded
So
good when I
sad.
researched it. Yeah. I was just like, okay. And this is still a good beer. This is really good. But that fruitiness, it adds something that I think detracts from the original flavor. So it doesn't elevate it. It doesn't enhance. Um, it holds it back. And
So you're being somewhat biased.
F yeah,
Always.
I prefer the other one. Yeah, it's good. It's, and I agree with y'all. This is not as good as the original, but better than a Bananas Foster. I'm an 8.0 myself.
So let me ask you both: if you just had this beer alone, you didn't have the Bananas Foster, you didn't have the OG, would that change your opinion in any form, fashion?
I'd still give it an 8.
Yeah, I would too. But
It tastes like an 8.
It does to me.
It is.
Because of the
It
fruit.
is rich.
Yeah, it's rich, and the
It's
fruit to me, it makes it sweet.
that fruit sweetness is what keeps me from giving the 8.5 to 9. It's you still get a little of the vanilla and chocolate, but the fruity tanginess of it, Ben.
Sorry, I think you missed a W in there.
Yeah, no W's missed. The tanginess.
Yeah.
But you're exactly right. The fruitiness, it takes away from the niceness
Yeah.
of that OG where you have that full chocolate, that full vanilla
Yeah.
that you can get in there. And this drowns it out. So.
Yeah, I don't think it changes my score having if I just had this. I think that it might have changed my score in a negative way because of the expectation. I think if knowing what this brand is and having this first, it might have lowered my score a little bit. And I think that the Bananas Foster kind of took the brunt of some of that off because it really was a knockdown from what the expectation was. I think we've had a similar thing with the Dragon's Milk too, right? That Dragon's Milk, the normal one is amazing. The s'mores and because I think we reviewed the s'mores,
the gold.
And then
we've reviewed the gold. I don't think we reviewed the.
There was like the white one or something like that.
The white. I actually do like the white though.
I don't think we've had the white. We've had the gold one, and then either we have
my gold one was chunky. Remember?
We did the s'mores too.
Okay, so if we did that one, we've had that one too. Those are the two we've had. But it's along the same vein. You've got it's like they make the standard and it's amazing. And then they make these variants. And I'm not opposed to them making the variants and trying something new for sure. I think that, when you have that standard that is so good, it's going to be hard to top it because there's a reason why it's the standard and that good. So if anyway, this having this first might have negatively affected the score. But
all right.
Who knows? What do you know? That's going to be an 8.0 for the Bourbon County brand Backyard Stout 2023. Definitely appreciate you checking out this video. If you've had this variant of the Bourbon County, please let us know what you think about it. If you've had any of these variants, which one do you like best? I think they mix them up year over year. So maybe you haven't had this one, but if there's one out there that you've had that we need to try to find if we can, let us know. We won't have probably much luck, but we'll give it a shot. Again, appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers that notification bell. It's free to do. Helps out our channel. We are going for a goal of having 500 subscribers by the end of 2025. So Help us get there if you would. We would appreciate that. I'm just making this up off the top.
I was going to say, we did not discuss this.
Is
Y'all-
that a
y'all
New
did
Year's
not
goal
go.
we didn't talk about?
Yeah,
You know-
I don't make resolutions. We got to start hustling.
Y'all skipped the corporate meeting, so where corporate laid out some ultimatums for us if we're going to keep this show
Okay.
going. So they're going to keep funding
All right.
this show.
I'll get there.
But
I'm going to fail.
I'll make it happen.
all right, with your help. So go ahead.
Guaranteed. Jay gives the guarantee.
Go ahead and like, subscribe, and cheers for us, please, and thank you. We got other links down below in the description, social media sites, Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It's a chat room. We've got some links for some Hopped Up Beer Review merch, and also some links for some glassware that we use, that we have purchased at other vendors out there that we showcase on this show. Links are down below for that, as well as the hardware software that we use to produce this show. So check all that out if you are interested. With that, appreciate you checking out this video. For Andy and the Attic Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mates.